Hello friends, welcome to my channel Lahari Lectures. In this video, you can watch notes on linked allocation operating systems. Linked allocation solves all problems of contiguous allocation with linked allocation. Each file is a linked list of disk blocks. The disk blocks may be scattered anywhere on the disk. The directory contains a pointer to the first and last blocks of a file. For example, a file 5 blocks might start at block 9, continue at block 16, then block 1, block 10 and finally block 25. Each block contains a pointer to the next block. These pointers are not made available to the user. Thus, if each block is 512 bytes and a disk address, the pointer requires 4 bytes. Then the user sees blocks of 508 bytes. To create a new file, we simply create a new entry in the directory. With linked allocation, each directory entry has a pointer to the first disk block of the file. This pointer is initialized to nil, the end of the list pointer value. To signify an empty file, the size field is also set to 0. A write to the file causes a free block to be found via the free space management system, and this new block is then returned to and is linked to the end of the file to read a file. We simply read blocks by following the pointers from block to block. There is no external fragmentation with linked allocation, and any free block on the free space list can be used to satisfy a request. Linked allocation does have disadvantages, however. The major problem is that it can be used effectively for only sequential access files. To find the ith block of a file, we must start at the beginning of the file and follow the pointers until we get to the ith block. This is the diagram of linked allocation of disk space. The disadvantages to linked allocation is the space required for the pointers. If a pointer requires 4 bytes out of a 512 byte block, then 0.78% of the disk is being used for pointers rather than for information. An important variation on the linked allocation method is the use of a file allocation table FAT. The simple but efficient method of disk space allocation is used by the MS-DOS and OS byte. Operating systems, a section of disk at the beginning of each partition is set aside to contain the table. The table has one entry for each disk block and is indexed by block number. The FAT is used much as is a linked list. The directory entry contains the block number of the first block of the file. The table entry indexed by that block number then contains the block number of the next block in the file. This chain continues until last block, which has a special end of file value, has the table entry. Unused blocks are indicated by a 0 table value. Allocating a new block to a file is a simple matter of finding the first 0 value table entry and replacing the previous end of file value with the address of the new block. An illustrative example is the FAT structure of figure for a file consisting of disk blocks 217, 618 and 339. Here you can see the diagram of the file allocation table. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you.